Hello friends, today we are going to study a very not so frequently used remedy at its subtle level. If I don't go or don't give you description of everything in a subtle form, then there is no use of creating such videos, because there are so many homeopaths in the whole world which describe the same medicine. Whatever is written in the book, they just narrate the same thing in their video. It creates an unnecessary confusion in the mind of viewers, because when all the authors, all the video makers, all the doctors in the seminar describe the medicine in a similar way, the junior feels that this is the only thing. Only thing means if they describe all of them, they describe incorrect things, then it becomes very difficult for a junior to understand that they are saying wrong. So he keeps on struggling to understand what is given in the book, or what the authors or what the speakers in the seminar are saying. But as they are saying, most of the things are saying wrong. So this new homeopath or a student feels that he is not capable of understanding homeopathy as the seniors are understanding it. But he fails to understand that these seniors, they themselves have not understood the homeopathy in a proper way. That's why they are copying each one another. So my description is going to be absolutely different. So it might be a bit shocking to you. Shocking because I sometimes I contradict many stalwarts also, because I say the slogan was Audo Sapere. Audo Sapere means dare to be wise. When you are wise, then obviously the other people will oppose you. They cannot bear that somebody or someone should say that you are wrong. So with full might, they try to oppose you. So Hanuman was wise enough, so he gave the slogan Audo Sapere. That is why I know I might be opposed very much by so many homeopaths, will be criticized for giving such kind of description, will be abused, etc. They can do anything. So, but I am not worried about this. But whatever I have seen in my clinic, again and again and again and again, though it is going against the says of stalwarts, I am going to bring this thing to the knowledge of the masses, so that the benefit of homeopathy can be done, so that new generation of homeopaths can prescribe homeopathic medicine with full confidence, getting fastest result and patients, and cures their patient quickly, as Hanuman has dreamt about. So let's begin the study of a very rare remedy, Agaricus muscarius. I want to tell you this is an English channel I created because I am a Hindi speaking person. I don't have a good command over English, but as the demand was more from English, the viewers who do not understand Hindi, though they understand a little bit, so they find my videos in Hindi language very informative, very useful for them to understand homeopathy. So they kept on writing different kind of messages, different kind of comment in the comment box of my Hindi channel, Homeopathy Enlightened. So this English channel is named Enlightened Homeopathy, and Hindi channel is named as Enlightened Homeopathy. So it is a reversal of the words only, but only the difference is of language, but material will be the same, but more will be on Hindi channel, because I am always comfortable with Hindi, but will gradually try to give all kind of information which is already given in the medium to this English speaking viewers also. So this was the commentary for your information. But you should subscribe my Hindi channel also. Enlightened, Homeopathy Enlightened by Dr. Narendra. This is Agaricus description. The drug Agaricus belongs to fungi group of the plant kingdom, but it is a fungus. Agaricus patient is not of very sharp, intelligent mind. Rather, his mental development is much below his age. We can say that the physical body grows in a normal way, but the intellectual development gets arrested at a particular age. Say, for example, a boy of 10 years, with the help with the body, he looks 10 years old, but at intellectual level, he looks or he appears as if he is a child of 5 to 6 years. So his mental development is much below his age. The rubric given in our repertory is development mental of children arrested. So whatever I speak here is everything is already given in the repertory in various mathematics, but what is the difference? Difference is they have all described the things in its gross level, but same gross level, if you understand things with, limits the use of the medicine. So I go deeper. So I describe every gross thing, every gross word, every gross rubric of the repertory in its subtlest form. So once you understand the subtlest form of particular rubric or particular remedy or particular word used in the rubric in our repertory, then the scope of that medicine becomes unlimited. Then you can use the similar situation in all the field. Then with a small information, very little information, you can easily catch that this patient is saying about that particular remedy. It matches with that characteristic of that particular remedy. So prescription become very, very easy and absolutely accurate. That's why I always advocate to understand rubrics in their subtlest form. So with this commentary, let's go ahead. So development mental of children arrested. So he remains a child forever. Then all his behavior resembles one that of a child, though his body grows like an adult, but behavior will be of that of a child. So childish behavior, the rubric is given. So childish behavior does not mean an insane behavior, because children are not insane, though they do not behave like adults. So that's why it is called childish behavior, not insane behavior. So agaricus is not insane, but its behavior is of immature kind. A child, like an adult or old mature person, does not fully recognize the situation, so does not behave in a way appropriate in that particular situation. So there are many rubrics indicating this kind of behavior. I am going to read for you. Answering, aversion to answer, sings, talks but will not answer question. Cheerful, foolish. Delirium, knows his relatives, does not, throws wine and medicine at nurse. Delirium, romping with children. Gesture, makes, strange attitude and position, head of, kisses hand of his companions. Recognizing, not recognized as a relative is. Sulky, verses making, whistling. So these are very few characteristic symptoms of agaricus. Now we will try to understand their subtle meaning. Aversion to answer. This was the first rubric. What is aversion? The way we study a rubric is, we first explain, or rather try to understand each word given in the rubric to its subtlest form. Then once we have understood the meaning of all the words used in that particular rubric, then we try to integrate all of them so that its subtle meaning could be understood. Then once it is understood, then we find what kind of behavior one must be doing, one should be doing with this feeling. We imagine it. And then we see in the society that such and such situation people behave like this. So it becomes very easy to understand their subtle meaning. So aversion is the state of mind when one does not feel good to that particular thing. And answer is to treat suitably to a particular situation or question or to a problem facing him. So Agarika's patient does not feel like responding suitably to particular situation. In this case, he is not able to recognize the gravity of that particular situation. That is why he is not able to answer. Answer to means not able to how to resolve that particular problem or how to respond to that particular situation. He is not able to understand it, so he doesn't want to give the answer, means aversion to answer. So this is his state of imbecility because he is not of very sharp mind. Because he is already joyfully busy in something else, this state is represented by the words like singing and talking used in this particular rubric. So this means he remains cheerful. Cheerful means full of happiness and joy because he is not able to perceive the gravity of the situation. For example, a person sitting on a branch of tree enjoying cutting the tree without realizing that he is cutting the same branch and ultimately he will fall down and injure himself. So cheerfulness of Agarika's patient is because of his inability to realize the nearby or impending danger to him, though the danger is very much evident or visible to others, but Agaricus is not recognizing it. So he remains cheerful. So this is the subtle meaning of this rubric. For example, a patient is having recurrent vomiting mixed with blood. So obviously this is something very serious. One should take note of it. So everyone in the family warns him that this is a sign of some serious disease like cancer or ulcer, gastric ulcer, etc. But he is not disturbed by such warnings because he doesn't realize anything serious, though blood is coming. So this is a kind of imbecility or immaturity in him. So this is not because he is naive. He is not a naive. Agaricus is not naive but immature. Naive, who is naive? Naive is a person having natural simplicity. So natural simplicity does not mean an idiocy. So Agaricus is idiot but not naive. So but because he is not mature enough to realize the situation or problem in totality, that's why he is not answering that particular situation or not responding properly, appropriately to that particular situation. But once he senses the problem or danger, he feels it manifolds. Either he doesn't feel any danger because he is not able to understand that this is the magnitude of danger facing, or if he senses some kind of danger, he just senses it in manifolds. Then suppose danger is little this much, he feels this much. So this is again a sign of immaturity because normally one senses the danger or anything, so whatever situation is, he properly judge it and can understand the gravity of danger. But this person, Agaricus person, doesn't understand the how much or quantum of the danger he is facing. He feels that danger is much more than what exactly the danger is. So this is again a sign of immaturity, like a child starts shrieking on seeing a dog very far from him without realizing that dog is very far away from him and cannot harm him any way. So this is because his sense of proportion is disturbed, because he has not, mental faculties has not developed fully. So sense of proportion is disturbed. For example, rubrics are sense of proportion disturbed, size, incorrect judgment of size. These are two rubrics which corroborate whatever I have told you just now. So he has an inaccurate judgment of distance, or rather everything. Delusions are, there are so many rubrics which corroborate to this kind of feelings. Delusion whole, charm, a small hole appears like a frightful charm. Delusion water, spoonful of water seems like a lake. Delusion dimensions of things disturbed. Delusion enlarged, distances are enlarged. Delusion enlarged, objects are enlarged. So this shows that he is not judging the situation as such, as it is, but he feels that a small danger, if there is a small danger, he feels it manifold, as if it is a very big danger. For example, a patient who had been under my treatment for her anxieties and emaciation since so many months suddenly started complaining about her disturbed menses. She had improved a lot, and so she was thinking of discontinuing the treatment. So suddenly, 1 month, she had slightly less menstrual bleeding. She has 4 days bleeding instead of her regular 8-day bleeding. This was just a change, minor change. So this minor change shocked her. So she had slightly less menstrual bleeding with pain. By this happening, she became very tense, thinking this is a very big problem. But normally, ladies do not bother much about it. On the contrary, they feel relieved, as if, because 8 days of suffering are now reduced to 4 days suffering. But this lady became extremely tensed on seeing this kind of change. So the rubric is delusion whole, charm, a small hole appears like a frightful charm. Another rubric is delusion water, spoonful of water seems like a lake. So ladies normally do not take such problem as very serious problem, but for this lady such a minor problem, means reduction of menstrual flow from 8 days to 4 days, seem to be a very big problem. So now let's understand the rubric. Hole, H-O-L-E, hole. Hole means a small opening in a smooth surface through which something can pass. Small means something that is not of very big size. Appears means it feels to the senses like this, though in reality it is not so. That's why it is called as appears, but exactly in reality it is not so. Frightful. Frightful means anything that generates the feeling of fright in person is called frightful. Chasm, C-H-A-S-M, chasm. It is a very wide gap in some surface or period or opinion or relation, etc. So there is a chasm between rich and poor in the society. So the meaning of whole rubric is the person is to cross that gap. So he fears that how will he cross that gap, which is just a minor small hole, but to her it looks like a very big charge and she is unable to cross it. So metaphorically we can say even an extremely minor problem frightens her because she finds herself unable to solve it, or it seems very difficult for her to solve it. Why is it so? Because suppose you can lift 2 kg of weight easily, but now weight is 10 kg. Then obviously you will be frightened that how can I raise 10 kg of weight because my capacity is of 2 kg. So you feel much more than your capacity. So similarly, this person feels himself less capable to solve the problem. So he feels he is smaller than what the size of problem is. There is another rubric. Delusion water, spoonful of water seems like a lake. So there are several rubrics in the repertory in this description of this medicine having the same feeling. So I am describing another rubric having the same feeling. Spoonful of water. This is a very small quantity of water. One spoonful of water is not very big quantity. It is a very small quantity that when fall on the ground does not cover much area, hence can easily be handled. Lake. So lake is a very big water-filled body on the ground. Usually it is deep and cannot easily be crossed by human without an aid like boat, etc. So lakes are very big as compared to one spoonful of water. So whole rubric again conveys the sense that a minor problem, what is the problem? A spoonful of water. Seems like a very big problem means it seems like a lake to her. So why it is so? Because he is imbecile, he has no sense of proportion. That is why he feels very minor problem as a very big problem. Another rubric is delusion objects enlarged. Now explain.